Fratellis watch, and it becomes the nothing. The Italians are through. That is Billy, and that is a serious setback for the Scots.
That's a proud moment. You work all your career, and I think the pinnacle is managing your country. If we can qualify for a major finals, it would be a great achievement. But it wouldn't just be my achievement; it would be the achievement for everybody in the country.
They have a tournament in their sights. McGinn once again answers the call from his country.
We're desperate for it. We want it. We can feel, how much our nation wants it, and we will carry that.
Zahavi and Marshall saves. And early advantage for Scotland. It is Kenny McLean, and he's done it. Step forward, Ryan Christie. Scotland lead on this day of destiny. Alexander Mitrovic has to score for Serbia.
Saved! Scotland are through! Come on, yes!
Just for everything, Oh, God.
About 40,000 of them Scotsmen. They've come here by plane, by train, by road. Tremendous number of flags of Scotland here this afternoon.
This great play by Collins. Can he score now? He's done it!
Good morning, Scotland fans. I am Gordon Smart, the Drinking Woman's Jamie Dornan. We are live from the East End of Glasgow at the Drygate Brewery. We have been here every day since Friday, and we'll be here until the end of the tournament as well. Please do get in touch with Scotland HQ Live on that hashtag. We would love to hear from you on game day. It's been 23 years. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Just out the corner of my eye, I can see a friend of mine from school, and we said in 1998 that we'd go to the next one. 23 years today, unbelievable. Can you believe it, my man? And we are going today as well. Right, please do get in touch. Twitter, MySpace, Bebo, whatever you fancy. We will be looking for your messages and having a blather about what's happening on game day. Right, let's have a look at what we've got lined up today. On Gogsy's guest list, we've got the Fratellis, who've recorded an incredible song for us. We've got matchday discussions as well. Darren Fletcher, former Scotland captain, will be here. And we've got an exclusive live performance from the Fratellis as well. So let's crack on and meet the boys themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Scotland HQ Live in the studio and at home, the Fratellis, Bazzy John. What a band out. Great to see you boys, right?
Nice to see you, man.
Normally when I see you, you're about to walk on stage and play a gig, but today's a very different thing, isn't it? Did you sleep well before the big game today?
I never sleep.
You never sleep anyway?
No. This is also the earliest I've ever met you.
Have you ever been up before 9 o'clock in the morning?
No.
Never.
I always sleep well, mate. I've never had a problem.
Good man.
Getting my naps in.
I want to know your Scotland memories. Like, Baz, if I start with you, what's the first thing you remember about Scotland? Was it a strip? Was it a trackie?
Kits and trackies, yeah. I mean, that was the first top I had, which was
82?
82, I think.
Aye.
And it was a hand-me-down from my brother.
Still got it?
I must have it somewhere because I don't throw anything out.
Aye.
So it'll be in a box.
True. What about you, John?
First game I ever went to was Kenny Dalglish's, I guess it was his testimonial, but it was his 100th cap.
Yeah.
So it was Scotland versus the rest of the world select.
What a brilliant game to go to, but do you remember the score?
I don't. I mean, that would be pretty incredible if I could.
I was going to say,
it's a long time ago.
What a collection of talent in that game, though, eh?
Yeah, and the same thing with the strip, you know. I got the 1986 yellow away strip.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably a daft question, but Kenny Dalglish, your favourite Scotland player of all time?
He was for me.
What's for you? What
Aye, I'd say so.
What a player he was, wasn't he? Absolutely amazing. This squad's got some superstars in it as well, though, you know, and with bright futures ahead of them. They're so young. Who stands out for you in the squad at the moment?
Robertson.
Yeah.
You know, Christie, as you say, that it's been a while since the talent of young players in the squad has been so good for my money anyway, so it's exciting, man. So.
What do you reckon today in the Czech Republic? They're a good team, aren't they? Have you got any feelings today? Do you think we're going to win it?
You know, after 23 years and after everything we experienced in tournaments up to that point as well, I'm left feeling I haven't a clue.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not predict.
Yeah, definitely not.
Be quietly confident.
It sounds terrible, right? But just the fact that we're there, here, is in itself is pretty great. I mean, we should be aiming higher than that. But
what are your recollections in '98, John?
Not getting the day off work is what I remember.
That was the big thing at the time, wasn't it? Getting a day off, because I can't remember what day it was of the week, but it was a nightmare.
I worked in Greaves Sports. It was the first job I ever had.
Yeah.
And round about, there was about 20% staff needed to keep the place going, and I was one of them. Nobody came in. Like nobody bought anything. Nobody was on Sauchiehall Street.
A sports shop on the day.
We could have had the day off.
Did they come in for a squash racket?
They didn't.
What were you, Baz?
I'm struggling to remember. I can't remember.
Aye.
I cannot remember. I was obviously there watching it, and then I don't know where I was or whatever.
You must have had some unusual experiences on tour following Scotland, you know, being in a far-flung place watching the game. Any stand out?
I remember, this was 2007, I think, when James McFadden scored that screamer against France in Paris.
Yeah.
I was in, I was going to say Malta, but it wasn't even Malta, it was Gozo, a tiny little island next to Malta.
Yeah. Trying to buy it.
You know, at that point. Well, anyway, the game was on that night, and you've got 3 Scotsmen that wanted to watch the game, and we found the one place that would show it. But it was tiny, you know, like the bar area was probably about the size, the floor area was about the size of this. And I mean, you remember that goal?
Of course you do.
Well,
incredible.
There was not a table or chair left standing.
Intact after that.
Everything was, it's not like we wrecked the place, we just turned around and realised that
you'd wrecked the place.
We've wrecked the place.
Here, let's talk about Yes Sir, Can Boogie, the Baccarat cover you've done. It's been getting amazing reviews. Why did you decide to do it? Do you remember the specific moment when you heard it and thought, right, we've got to do this?
In the first instance, it kind of wasn't a Scotland thing.
Yeah.
It was.
Who doesn't like a bit of disco? It's
Exactly.
it's a brilliant track anyway.
I never knew the song actually. I had
Did
to
you
look
not?
it up.
Did you not know it?
Yeah, and had to get my head around it. But and then it was almost kind of like a challenge.
Yeah.
Because when I heard it, I was like, "Got to be kidding! How do we turn this into something that sounds not just doesn't have to sound like us, but that we can do it in any way convincingly?"
As well,
it's a great version of it.
So
thanks.
It's funny that it worked out.
I was thinking about your delivery on it as well. You went for sort of quite a low register on it. Did you ever think about the falsetto and going full disco, full 70s disco?
We've done that before.
That, but it didn't work.
No.
Tight jeans.
I was just sort of getting to live out my Leonard Cohen fantasy.
Where are you watching the game today, lads? What's the plan?
We've got some other stuff to do, some live recordings, but we've managed to secure a pub with a screen just for us and the crew, and socially distanced, of course. But we're getting a piece to watch it, so it'll be nice.
Somebody mentioned to me it might be the first pub that you played a proper gig in as the band. Is that right?
It wasn't the first gig, but it was like a showcase thing that I think we eventually got signed from.
Right.
I think we are visiting the first place.
It's going to mess with your emotions today, lads. You're going to be rubble by 2 o'clock, eh?
I know.
I'm an emotional wreck most of the time anyway. Just pile it on.
It is a bit early, it's a bit fragile. Right, let's have a little look. People have been sending us in some pictures of where they're going to be watching the game today to that hashtag Scotland HQ. And remember, we would love to hear from you today. It is game day after all. Now let's have a little look, see some of these pictures. That's not a bad setup, lads, is it? There, we've got a bit of a pool table. I think about 43 saltires there. That's a massive home screen as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't see any couches though.
That looks like a classroom to me, I think, that one there. I've just joined a class in school for it. That's from Mrs. Shinney. Thank you, Mrs. Shinney. And, oh, look at that.
That's quite
in the garden.
That's not in Scotland, though. That's in Barbados.
Where is it? Does it say? Yeah, that's definitely abroad. That's what's now known as a statutory, isn't it? Look at that. Very nice. Oh, Toronto, CN Tower in the background. There we go, yeah, a bit of expat action. That's quite subdued, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite, not really going for it there, are they?
That's trying not to annoy your neighbours. That's that one.
Westfield, Indiana, my eyesight tells me, in the USA. Right, here's a little video. Somebody's really gone for it with this one. Have a little gander at this.
This is how it feels to be Scotland. Qualified at last, as you know. Stevie Clark is taking us to the Euros.
Yeah. John, how do you rate that vocal performance?
I think it's amazing, but that looks like my old street. Like, really, honestly.
Really? Honestly,
I'd love you to find out where he's from.
I don't know if we're allowed to do that with GDPR rules, but
really?
John Stocking,
that tell me after.
We'll find out for you. That wasn't a bad performance, that. Right, we're going to introduce a very special guest, gentlemen. Former Scotland captain. He is a great player. Maybe at some point in the future he could be Scotland manager as well. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Darren Fletcher. Darren. Can we cut it? Can we cut it? Hey, Ben. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Just if we're in any trouble for cuddling there.
We're just going to get in trouble.
We've been vaccinated, haven't we? We're all right. Here, listen, Darren, how do you feel this morning?
Oh, absolutely buzzing. It feels like Christmas morning, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Since about 6:30. I know I'm late here, but
yeah.
That was on purpose. It wasn't meant to be.
Been on the telly this morning, have you?
Yeah, just doing bits and pieces. I'm going to be on the telly later doing the game for BBC. So, listen, absolutely buzzing like everybody else. The excitement levels are unbelievable. We waited a long time for this.
Too right.
And it's here now, and we're going to get greedy, and we want loads of it.
Aye, it's exciting, isn't it? I mean,
it's proper exciting.
How do you think the boys will be feeling waking up this morning? Do you think they'll have slept well?
Everyone's different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We maybe need a little bit of Bertie votes. He used to let the boys have a couple of beers the night before the game to calm the nerves, so it didn't work out too well for the results. But listen, everyone's different, aren't they? So some people will be calm, some people will be nervous, but you will be feeling a little bit different than you normally do because it is exciting times and something we've not been involved in for a long time.
Will the players know if they're playing yet?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Would that have been a last night conversation?
Probably yesterday at some point. They'll have definitely gone through the team, if not 2 days before the game, but definitely the day before. It's the normal thing. Back in the day, you were, especially under Sir Alex, you turned up in the dressing room an hour and a half before the game and he named the team. Which that was the way I liked and was used to, but nowadays I think players like to know when they're playing and like to prepare properly and stuff like that. A little bit more TLC is needed these days.
Some massive decisions to make.
There is.
So if you were a gaffer, who would you pick? Would you have McGregor in there or would you have Billy Gilmore and throw him in?
Listen, I think managers, loyalty is important to managers.
Yeah.
And I think people talk about international football where they say play the players in form, but you've got to remember boys who've got you here.
Yeah.
I think loyalty is important. Billy Gilmore's going to have a massive future and I think he's going to play a part in this tournament. But I think that for the first game, the manager will go with the players that he knows and trusts and players who have got us here. And it's a fine line between loyalty and you know, form and things like that. I get it, but he knows the players that know what he wants and have been used to playing with him for a long time.
Sounds like a manager here, doesn't he?
I just think that, yeah.
What do you reckon? Who would you pick, Baz? Who would you go for? Now we've had a political answer from Darren, you can tell us.
Was that between McGregor and Gilmore?
Pretty much, I think, yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly like you said, I mean, it's not even just that. Like, I can't think of a good enough reason you would drop McGregor.
No.
Yeah.
Just personally.
Should we have a little look back at something magical just to get people excited, right? This is Darren Fletcher scoring a famous goal for Scotland. Have a little gander at this.
He's struck by Barros. Now the mistake from Rajnok. Kenny Miller closing in on goal. Fletcher! Darren Fletcher scores on his comeback. Scotland in front again. Start believing again.
Well, I think Darren Fletcher has been playing from memory in the second half.
Did you miss-hit that?
No, it's a perfect thing. Listen, it was all about the assist. Kenny Miller's done unbelievable there.
Yeah.
You know, for a striker, but that sums up Kenny. Seen me, slipped into my path. I don't know where I got the energy there. That was one of my first games back after being out.
That was a big game for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, if I'd been out for the first time with the illness for a long spell and I came back and played in the game and scored. Obviously, the Czech Republic equalised with the lad dives and wins a penalty.
Yeah.
And it could probably cost us qualification, all those near misses that I experienced. And, you know, but ultimately, we weren't good enough, and the lads today were good enough to qualify, and that's the way it is. So listen, I'm gutted and devastated I wasn't able to do it, but at the same time I'm delighted for the boys who have managed to do it for all the country.
Yeah. What about your celebration? Route 1, wasn't it? It was Route 1.
I didn't plan anything, so it's definitely Route 1. Listen, look at the fans behind the goal. You just run, honestly. It's the best feeling ever scoring.
That's what I was going to ask. Have you got celebrations planned, or do you just lose it in the moment? Or?
Nah, listen, I was when you're a midfielder or a box-to-box man, wasn't it? Didn't score too many goals. Probably should have scored more. Never thought about. I look back now and think I should be more selfish. I should have thought about scoring more. I was always worried about everybody else. I was always like making sure I was covering and making sure I was doing this and
doing your job.
Your job, and maybe overthinking about other people, trying to be a team player, but that's just the way I was brought up. But
it's a great memory as a player, that, but as a fan, right? So when you were growing up, what was your biggest Scotland memory, the one that stands out?
The biggest memory that stands out will be obviously Euro 96. You're looking at Ali McCoist's goal, Gary McAllister's missed penalty, the performance of the day where we lose to England at Wembley, but we absolutely battered them. I know we lose the game, but we absolutely battered them. I think that obviously the penalty miss with Gary McAllister, who was my favourite player growing up as a midfielder. I loved him. So Italia 90 I remember a little bit. Obviously we didn't qualify after that, but I remember France 98. I got the day off. I took the day off school. My best mate actually tried to be smart because he's a wido. He tried to go into the school with a letter from his mum and dad saying that he could leave early to watch the Scotland game, and the teachers didn't let him leave.
So did you just sky?
I just stayed off. I told the sickie, but that just sums him up. He always tried to be smart and be a little bit wide, and ended up backfiring. And I watched the whole build-up.
Right. Best trackie, best strip that you had?
I love strips. The best. So I'm definitely 90s. I love that. You know, the white away with the like purple and red, like
I know the one
a
you mean.
random one,
like
and
a splash across
like
there.
a splash. I know it's pretty random, but I do like the little bit. I like the quirky 90s stuff that's a little bit out there.
Yeah. Nice. Right, today, massive game. They're not a bad team, are they? His first games. It was interesting watching the England game, wasn't it? Setting up in the first. What do you go? Do you go out and try and win it, or do you just? Yeah.
I've been thinking about it today, but there's two sides to that. That leaves you exposed to Czech Republic winning, which is a blow as well in the group, because then that means you've got to go and really beat England and Croatia or get 4 points from that minimum, but that means the Czechs have already got 3. But listen, everyone looks at the group and says this is a game that we can win. We've beat them twice recently. Although the game away, they changed their whole team, and the game at Hampden we scored early and we held on to a 1-0 win. They battered us for the rest of the game. So there's a bit of, I think people have to. We can beat Czech Republic, but we shouldn't underestimate them. They're a good team. But I think us at our best, we beat them.
And 2 up front, do you reckon?
I don't think so, no.
No?
No.
Would you play 2 up front?
No.
All right.
We've worked well with the midfield, but either it's the Ryan Christie behind the one striker, or Ryan Fraser, or we sometimes play 2 holding midfielders with 2 attacking midfielders, like a box. So we have had different variations in there, and we haven't played 2 strikers that much. Again, I'm just thinking about what's got us there, what the players are used to and what's been successful, and it hasn't really been with 2 strikers. We've only played 2 strikers maybe a couple of times recently since Shea Adams has come into the squad. I know people want us to be gung-ho, adventurous, attacking, but look at how we've got here. Steve Clark's realised very quickly, go to a back 5, hard to beat, solid, dogged, horrible, and we'll pick up results. That's who we've got here. So let's continue.
There's the team talk. Be horrible.
No, but I think that's a bit of Scottishness in that. Is like, I like the fact that we're horrible and hard to play against. I take pride in it. But within that though, we've got quality, loads of quality that can hurt teams. Like, listen, I'm not trying to sit here and say that we're just this like, horrible team that's not got any quality. We've got lots of quality in the team. But we've got lads willing to be horrible and hard to beat and horrible to play against, who then can surprise you with moments of quality at any moment.
And John McGinn's special backside.
Exactly. It's the best backside in football, isn't it? We had Kenny Dalglish, who was the original king of the backside, and now we've got John
McGinn's backside. Yeah. Right, we now know that Darren had a misspent youth, used to skive school to watch the football, but we're going to find out just how much he skived off school with a little bit of darts. You want to see a little bit of darts, ladies and gentlemen? Fancy it, boys? Come and join me here. Up we go, right, up to the hockey now. I know that Darren's you've got poker at home, haven't you?
Got poker and darts, but now I have got darts, but now I'm feeling massive pressure.
Choose your weapons,
it's all about
lads.
The weight, innit?
Right, the hockey, it's a bit of a dodgy hockey. Right, by the way, top score here, boys, you should know, is my father-in-law, Jim Leishman, the Provost of Fife, Google me hen, MBE.
86.
He's on 86, right? So who's going to go first? Choose your weapons, darts, choose your weapons. John, on you go. I thought it looked like Baz had brought his own there.
I know, so put it in the back pocket.
In the back pocket like Jockey Wilson. Right, who's going to go first?
Where I go? Do you want the honour?
Darren, come on, Darren. You've got your hockey there on the black tape. Here he is. Darren Fletcher, look at the posture.
This is more nervous than playing at hand.
He's going for it. Oh, treble one. Oh, double one. Oh dear.
Shocking.
Darren Fletcher with 5. Take him off. Sign the board for us as well, Darren, will you?
Look how close that is to treble 20.
We'll do that. We'll get him to sign after. Right, John Fratelli up next.
That's it.
Yeah, go for it. Here he goes. Oh, he's double 20. It's 40 to start. Oh yes, 7, 47, and 12, ladies and gentlemen. 59 from John Fratelli. Good effort. Remember your score. Baz Fratelli. The betting man said. Hot favourite for this, Baz Fratelli. Oh yes, in with 18, on the wire. Oh, what's that? It's 2. He's on 20. Sure that just slipped in? My eyesight's terrible. 24 from Baz Fratelli. Well done, son. Great stuff, lads. Did Darren Fletcher just get 5 in darts? And he's got his own dartboard.
I know. I was going for the treble 20 though. The first one was close, but the darts were too light. I like a good heavy dart.
It won't be a bad omen, don't worry. Get that out of the way.
Take 5 goals.
They're squinty darts, says Baz Fratelli. Right, we've got a little treat for you now, a musical treat, an exclusive just for this show, Scotland HQ, recorded by the Fratellis. This is their cover of Baccarat, and yes, sir, I Can Boogie.
And it makes me wonder skyline that's my friends, I'm a sensation. Let your breath stop me. Hold me and try. Baby, now it's
Yes, sir. Can Boogie, make sure you download it and go and buy a ticket to see them on tour when they eventually get back in front of fans at some point later this year. Right, Alec McLeish's son John's just come in and brought me this. Alec McLeish's 1982 World Cup blazer. Tell you what, it's all right, that, isn't it? Quite a nice little bit of kit, that. Loving that. Right, listen, what have we got left? 4 hours till the big game. Really excited about it. I'm going to ask the boys. Baz, will you give me a prediction for today?
No.
You won't? Good. John?
Draw.
Draw, right. Darren?
1-0 Scotland.
Oh. That's what we want to hear. Come on. I'm going for that as well. 1-0 Scotland. We will be back tomorrow from 9 o'clock Scotland HQ Live. I'm Gordon Smart. Please come and join us. Thanks again to the Fratellis. Darren Fletcher. Come on, Scotland. We can do it. Come on.